Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. I have something very special for you today. This absolutely beautiful 2021 Chevy Corvette Stingray Coupe. You can get the Corvette in either a coupe or convertible, but if you do opt for the coupe version of the Corvette, they still give you this for removable hardtop, so you can still enjoy a little bit of an open air driving experience. One amazing product. I love cars. I mean, I'm a career car guy. I've been in the car business over 25 years. I've always loved cars since I was a little kid, and of course I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Corvettes. You know, I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so I grew up, you know, with the C4, that iconic C4 Corvette look. For a long time, actually, one of my favorite Corvettes was the Z06, the C6 Z06. That was one of my favorite Corvettes. I liked the look of it. I like the balance of it. I think, you know, 505 horsepower is the perfect amount of power for a rear engine car like that Corvette. But, you know, Chevy, they kept on adding more and more horsepower to the Corvettes, and eventually they got to the point where they really pushed the platform to the limits. They really did everything they could to extract as much performance from a front-engined rear-wheel drive platform as they could. And it really got to the point where they couldn't add any more horsepower, they couldn't make it any more faster without switching platforms. And you know, if you look at some of the best performing, you know, exotic sports cars in the world, you know, you have Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and a lot of things that Ferraris and Lamborghinis have in common is that they're mid-engine. The engine is right in the middle of the vehicle, so the center of gravity is almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution. You know, obviously, doesn't make too much sense for a passenger car, but for making the best performance cars possible, having the engine right in the middle of the vehicle is the best, pretty much the best you can do for building a car, at least a gas car. So that's what Corvette did. You know, for years and years, they've always teased concepts of, oh, mid-engine Corvettes, but finally they did it with the C8 generation of the Corvette, and it's quite amazing. It was very well received by the automotive press. I was actually just brushing up on my product knowledge, reading a Car and Driver you know, overview of the 2001 Corvette, and they have a CD rating, Car and Driver rating, 1 out of 10. You rarely see this, but they actually rated the 2001 Z06, not Z06, 2021 Corvette a 10 out of 10, their CD rating. So they say it's pretty much perfect. I mean, nothing's perfect, but I guess as far as cars go, price, performance, it's pretty a compelling package. This one has 4,585 miles. It's a local 1-owner clean Carfax vehicle. This one's the 3LT trim package. You have the 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT. As you move up in trim levels, you get more interior features, more standard equipment. The 3LT has this beautiful leather interior, beautiful stitching all over the place. So if you really like fine interior appointments, you definitely would probably want to get a 3LT one like this. The interior is absolutely beautiful. The fit and finish is gorgeous. You have this, you know, synthetic suede Alcantara all over the headliner. I guess that's one thing, you know, the earlier Corvettes, as much as I liked like the C6 generation of the Corvette, the interior was not anywhere as nice as this. This is really, really nice. It's almost like an interior you'd expect like in a Mercedes or BMW. It's really amazing fit and finish. And we have an original build sheet on this one. Not all Corvettes are created equal. And this has a good amount of equipment on it. The 3LT trim package bundles in a lot of nice features, but on top of that we have the performance package. That was $5,995. We have the engine appearance package. That was another $995. Also features an electronic limited slip differential, rear axle performance ratio, heavy duty cooling system. Battery protection package was $100. This has the Z71 performance package. That was $1,895. The Z71 performance package pretty much gives you all the performance features available in the Corvette, like the magnetic selective ride, larger brakes, summer compound tires. This one also has a front lift adjust height with memory. So basically you have this button right here, and that will lift the front end. If you look at the front end on this, it's very low, so you know, some speed bumps, things like that, you could scrape up the front of the vehicle of this Corvette. That would not be good. So having that that adjustable feature is nice for $2,000, because it'll cost a lot more than $2,000 to fix the front end if you scuff it up pretty bad. And it also has memory, so it will remember those low clearance situations, so automatically raise it when you do reach those low clearance situations, which is nice. You get the high performance brakes for the Z51 performance package. The caliper edge yellow, so having the calipers painted in yellow is an additional $595. You also get the performance exhaust with the Z51 performance package. This one also has the LPO wheel upgrade, so a 19-inch upgraded front, 20-inch wheel. It's a rear 5 Trident spoke black painted aluminum wheels. There's almost $3,000 for those. The LPO LT2 engine cover in Edge Red, $525. The LPO rear Corvette script painted torch red, $395. And there you have it. And of course you can print out a copy or email one if you want to peruse it yourself. So you have this beautiful leather interior, 3LT trim package. You have heated and ventilated front seats. For 2021, the infotainment system has been upgraded with wireless Apple and Android Auto, so Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless. We do have a parking camera. You can change different views, very nice HD view. So there's a view of the front of the vehicle, which is good. And then there's a rear view and then a couple different rear views. And looks like, I don't know if that's park assist or whatnot. And then on top of that, you have this. Look at this. So you have a rearview mirror, but you can see visibility is not that great with this car. So having a unobstructed view right behind you with that digital rearview mirror is really nice. You have on-stereo telematic, universal garage door opener. Nice performance steering wheel, feels wonderful in your hands. You have steering wheel paddle shifters. This has an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. No manual transmission is available on the C8 Corvette because it has a big central spine going through the middle of the vehicle that gives it strength, so it's pretty much impossible by the way the structure is designed on this Corvette to ever have a manual transmission. As much as I love them, it doesn't look like it will ever happen with the new Corvette. It will be the dual clutch transmission, which works awesome. You have a drive mode selector here. So obviously the center console, not the center console, but the gauge cluster will change. The transmission will, shift points will change. The exhaust, depending on which drive mode. Traction stability control settings. So lots of selectability. The track mode is one of the highest performance versions. It has a unique gauge cluster for the track mode. It's almost like a race car, right down to business. I like sport mode. One amazing sounding engine. With the dual mode exhaust, you get an output of 495 horsepower. Not too shabby. It's pretty much that same LS V8, the 6.2 liters we've been using in Corvettes for quite a while. A fantastic engine, nothing wrong with it. They've obviously made some slight changes to probably eke out a little bit more horsepower than some of the earlier versions of the Corvette. And it's an amazing engine. And it's kind of a unique platform. You know, when the Corvette first came out, the new Corvette, the mid-engine Corvette like this first came out, it was quite revolutionary. When I first saw it, you know, the first picture of it, immediately the first thing that came into my mind is, oh wait, Chevy is making an American Ferrari. The look-wise, it's very reminiscent of the Ferrari F430. I love Ferraris. I mean, when it comes to high-performance cars, exotic cars, I mean, for me, it doesn't get too much better than a Ferrari. Balanced, beautiful, and what Corvette did, you know, they took an exotic design. So they kind of taken the mid-engine exotic design of a Ferrari, but then they take a big American V8 and put it right in the middle of the vehicle. That kind of reminds me of the Pantera. This might be kind of getting a little esoteric as far as automotive history goes, but for those of you who remember the Pantera, I think it came out in the, was it the 70s? So basically what the Pantera was, it was a European design, I think it was Italian design vehicle as a European exotic design, mid-engine exotic car, kind of looked like a Lamborghini or something like that, but for an engine that had a big American V8 in it, and it was quite an amazing sports car. It didn't quite have the staying powers like Lamborghini and Ferrari, but back in the day, you know, Panteras were up there as far as performance goes. They were pretty cool vehicles. I used to think they were cool, you know, in the 80s or 90s. I knew what Panteras were, and I used to drool over the few I could see. But man, going back to this Corvette, I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely amazing performance machine. You know, if you don't want to get a Corvette like this, you'd probably have to spend a lot more money to get, you know, similar performance and looks as this thing delivers. I mean, this thing is absolutely stunning. It really truly gives you that exotic car look and feel. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I've seen and driven a lot of Corvettes, but nothing like this. This has a little bit of extra special sauce that GM put into it. Where the other Corvettes were cool when they drove down the street. It's not like all of a sudden you're gonna snap your head and look it over. I mean, they look cool, but this thing is just completely different planet. They've really stepped things up a notch with the new C8 Corvette. I mean, I could just probably spend an hour just walking around this thing, looking at all the creases and curves, the little design, the subtleties of this thing. It's an absolute automotive masterpiece. Obviously, you might be in a different part of the United States looking at this Corvette. We have a very big pre-owned business. We can arrange shipping pretty much anywhere in the US. 21, a little over 4,000 miles. This thing is pretty close to new condition. You'll have a hard time finding a mark on it. It's really that nice. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully see you soon and have a wonderful day.